Since ancient times, tales of colossal creatures have captured human imagination, but few possess the impact and mystery of Leviathan. This being is not just a folklore invention, but an unmistakable presence in the Holy Scriptures. More than a mere sea monster, it is described in vivid detail, making it almost tangible, a force that transcends the ordinary and challenges our understanding of the universe and divine power. But who is Leviathan? What is the purpose of its existence? And why did God, in His infinite wisdom, dedicate such powerful words to describe this creature? The answer goes far beyond its appearance or strength. It is a profound symbol of chaos, order, and divine sovereignty, a manifestation of what lies beyond human control. Prepare to embark on a narrative that will challenge not only your worldview but also your perception of power and greatness. On this journey, we will explore how Leviathan reflects the complexity of creation, serving as a reminder that, even in the deepest chaos, there is a divine purpose. To continue receiving my videos, you must subscribe to the channel right now, or you may never see my videos again. Open your mind and sharpen your imagination. This is not merely a study of a biblical figure, but an adventure into the unfathomable mysteries of creation. Are you ready to uncover the unknown? Then come, for the depths of the ocean and understanding await us. Leviathan is no ordinary creature. Its mention in Scripture evokes images of a colossal force inhabiting the depths, something so grand and powerful that it defies any comparison. In the Bible, it is described as a being whose scales are so firm that no human weapon can penetrate them, a true king of the waters, untouchable and unconquerable. From the moment it is introduced, Leviathan makes it clear that its existence is something beyond the natural. What truly sets Leviathan apart is not just its physical appearance, but what it symbolizes. It represents forces that escape human control, a reminder that, despite all progress, some things remain mysterious and beyond our reach. In a world where everything seems explainable, Leviathan stands out as the personification of the untamable. It not only inspires fear, but also admiration for the magnitude of the divine power that created it. In the book of Job, God presents Leviathan not as a creature to be confronted, but as a living metaphor for the complexity of creation. Can you pull in Leviathan with a hook? God asks Job, challenging him to recognize his own fragility. This creature, uncontrollable to humans, is at the same time entirely subordinate to its creator. Leviathan is no threat to God, but a masterpiece displaying his authority. Exploring Leviathan helps us understand that it is not merely a creature of brute strength, but a profound lesson about our place in creation. It reminds us that not everything can be controlled or explained. There are mysteries in the cosmos designed to remain beyond human understanding, revealing the grandeur of the divine plan. In this way, Leviathan becomes more than a biblical character. It is a portal to reflections on power, limits, and the magnitude of the Creator. Its presence in Scripture is an invitation to contemplate the inexplicable and embrace our smallness before the vastness of the universe. Leviathan's impact lies in its unparalleled strength. It is described as a creature whose scales are impenetrable, so tightly joined that not even air can pass between them. Its eyes shine like the rising sun, and its breath has the power to ignite the air around it. It is not merely large, it is majestic and terrifying, a monster reigning supreme in the ocean depths. Leviathan is not just a physical being. It represents the pinnacle of raw power. Its invulnerability symbolizes forces that no human can confront or overcome. It is the personification of chaos, yet simultaneously a reminder of divine control over all things. Even in its magnitude, Leviathan is not rebellious against God, but a part of the masterpiece of creation, reflecting both chaos and order. God uses Leviathan as an example for Job, demonstrating the vastness of his creation. He challenges Job to understand that if humans cannot control Leviathan, how could they grasp God's divine plans? This lesson emphasizes that, No matter how advanced humanity becomes, there are insurmountable boundaries that remind us of our dependence on the Creator. More than a demonstration of power, Leviathan is a metaphor for divine grandeur. Its strength not only inspires fear, but also humility. It shows us that the universe is vast, complex, and beyond human reach. It is a reflection of the harmony that God brings to chaos, transforming untamable forces into part of His divine plan. Therefore, Leviathan is not just a mythical creature, but an expression of what lies beyond human dominion. It challenges us to accept that there are forces that cannot be tamed and that, ultimately, they serve to glorify the Creator who controls all things. In the book of Job, Leviathan holds a special place. God uses it to teach profound lessons about limits and sovereignty. When Job questions divine purposes, God responds not with explanations but with powerful imagery, and Leviathan is central to this response. It represents a force so unattainable that neither Job nor any human could ever dominate it. God describes Leviathan in vivid detail, its impenetrable scales, sharp teeth, and colossal presence. It is portrayed as invincible, a being that no human can capture or subdue. God's question to Job, "Can you pull it in with a hook?" is a provocation that puts human fragility into perspective against the grandeur of creation. The narrative of Job, therefore, is not merely about Job's pain or questions. It is a journey to recognize God's greatness. Leviathan is the living example of this greatness, a force that Job cannot understand but that God perfectly controls. It is a reminder that there are aspects of the universe far beyond human comprehension. Additionally, Leviathan serves as a metaphor for Job's own struggles. Just as Job cannot dominate Leviathan, he cannot fully grasp God's ways. God uses the creature to show Job that, although chaos may seem overwhelming, there is a greater purpose behind it all. Ultimately, Leviathan teaches us about acceptance and trust. It reminds us that even amid chaos and pain, God is in control. It is not merely a monster, but evidence that even the most frightening forces are subordinate to divine will. Leviathan is more than a sea monster. It is a powerful symbol of the duality between chaos and order in the universe. In passages such as Psalm 74, it appears as a chaotic force defeated by God. This victory is not merely physical but also spiritual and cosmic, demonstrating that God not only controls chaos but uses it for His purposes. In Psalm 74, Leviathan is described as a creature whose power was subdued and transformed. You crushed the heads of Leviathan and gave it as food to the creatures of the desert. This transformation is fascinating. Leviathan, once a threat, becomes a source of sustenance. This act reflects God's ability to bring good out of chaos, turning what seems destructive into something beneficial. The symbolism of Leviathan extends to creation as a whole. It is a metaphor for uncontrollable forces that, while intimidating, are always under divine control. The chaos it represents is not opposition to God, but part of the creation that serves a greater purpose. This reminds us that the world is not only made of order, but also tension, movement, and transformation. This duality is particularly important in the biblical narrative. While other mythologies depict monsters like Leviathan as enemies of gods, the Bible presents it as God's creation. It is not an independent or rebellious force, but a testament to divine sovereignty, showing that even the deepest chaos has its place in God's plan. By exploring Leviathan as a symbol of chaos and order, we are invited to reflect on our own lives. Often, we face situations that seem chaotic and uncontrollable. Leviathan reminds us that even in those moments, a divine purpose is at work. God does not merely subdue chaos. He transforms it, bringing order and meaning where there once seemed only disorder. The relationship between God and Leviathan is one of the most fascinating aspects of Scripture. Despite Leviathan's immense strength and fearsome presence, it is completely subordinate to God's will. It is a creature that symbolizes chaos but never acts beyond the boundaries established by God. This relationship reveals God's supreme authority over all things, whether physical, spiritual, or cosmic. In the book of Job, God describes Leviathan not as an adversary but as a demonstration of his creative power. He asks, "Who can confront it and be safe? Who can subdue it?" These rhetorical questions emphasize that while Leviathan is beyond human control, it is entirely within God's dominion. This description underscores the stark contrast between human limitations and divine sovereignty. God uses Leviathan to illustrate his authority over the universe, including the forces that seem chaotic or fearsome. He is the creator of everything, and nothing escapes his grasp. Even Leviathan, with all its might, is simply one element in God's greater plan. This view challenges our perception of chaos, showing that it is not an independent force but one that serves divine purposes. The divine control over Leviathan serves as a reminder that God governs not only the visible but also the invisible. He rules both physical and spiritual forces, ensuring that nothing is beyond his command. This offers a comforting perspective. Even the most uncontrollable forces in the universe are under the care of the Creator. Thus, Leviathan is not just a sea monster or a symbol of chaos, it is evidence of divine supremacy. It invites us to recognize that no matter how terrifying the forces we face may seem, they are all under the control of a sovereign God who transforms chaos into order. Beyond its striking presence in Scripture, Leviathan holds a significant place in Jewish and Christian traditions. Rabbinic texts suggest that God created two Leviathans, a male and a female, but destroyed the female to prevent their offspring from threatening the balance of creation. This detail underscores God's concern for maintaining harmony in the universe, even in the face of such powerful forces. In eschatological traditions, Leviathan plays a fascinating role. It is often associated with the end of times, where its flesh will be served at a banquet for the righteous. This paradoxical image transforms the fearsome monster into a source of celebration and redemption, symbolizing God's ultimate victory over evil and chaos. In the book of Isaiah, Leviathan appears as a figure of evil to be destroyed on the day of judgment. It is described as a swift and twisting serpent, evoking images of deception and destruction. This portrayal reinforces the idea that, at the end of times, all chaotic forces will be defeated, and divine order will be fully restored. These views of Leviathan, both as a symbol of chaos and redemption, offer a rich perspective on the nature of the universe. It serves as a reminder that chaos is not eternal but transient and that divine order will prevail. Its presence in different contexts reveals the depth and complexity of its symbolism. Therefore, Leviathan in tradition and prophecy is more than a monster. It is an icon of transformation and hope. It reminds us that even in the face of the most destructive forces, God's plan is at work, guiding everything toward a final purpose of redemption and harmony. Leviathan's influence extends far beyond Scripture. In popular culture, it is often portrayed as an imposing monster, a symbol of power and mystery. Films, books, and games present it as an uncontrollable force, a threat that represents both the unknown and the irresistible. These modern representations preserve the essence of Leviathan as an untamable creature, but often overlook its theological symbolism. It is depicted as an antagonist, a challenge to be overcome, reflecting humanity's eternal fascination with confronting greater forces. These stories explore the struggle between order and chaos, using Leviathan as a powerful metaphor. Despite these interpretations, Leviathan's relevance remains intact. It continues to remind us of our relationship with the unknown, both in nature and within ourselves. In a world increasingly focused on dominating the environment and understanding the cosmos, Leviathan symbolizes what still lies beyond our control and comprehension. Moreover, Leviathan's presence in popular culture reflects our desire to explore mystery and power. It serves as a reminder that no matter how far we progress, there are forces that continue to challenge our understanding. This keeps the essence of its story alive, an invitation to humility in the face of the universe. Finally, Leviathan's role in popular culture is a testament to its timelessness. It is not just a biblical figure but a universal archetype, a symbol that transcends time and continues to inspire and challenge generations. Its story invites us to explore not only the depths of the sea but also the depths of our own existence.